Yo. Yo, yo, yo. What's poppin'? Yo, 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 yo. What's up, Choi? Top G. Hey, everybody, just popping in to say hello. I miss you guys, so I figured we say what's up. Mayonnaise is an instrument, yes. Whoop, whoop. Do you see the 101st deployed to Romania? It's wild. I wish I was on that deployment because I've been to Romania so many times on vacation, so... But yeah, Romania does have troops out there. How's everyone doing? What's everyone up to? If y'all haven't already, make sure you go subscribe to my Reacts channel where I make a lot of my long form videos. I pinned it. So make sure you guys go subscribe over there. Fort Hood is getting a new name? Yeah, it is. What's the name gonna be? Fort Hood, new name. I hope you guys can hear me okay. Probably should put this on like a professional. Opinion on the Croatian military? I hope they're good because I want to go there for my honeymoon. Fort Cavazos. Am I saying it right? Fort Cavazos. The U.S. Department of Defense announced Fort Hood and named after a Confederate general will be renamed to Fort Cavazos in honor of the Army's first four-star general. Or is it Cavazos? My favorite game, Call of Duty 4. Currently, right now, I'm playing the Vietnam game, but I don't know what it's called. What's up, Trenton? Jailhouse? Glad you're doing well. What I do in the military? I cleaned a lot of things. I was a combat janitor, but I was a combat engineer. Do you play Call of Duty Mobile? No, because I will get sucked into that game. I'm trying to limit how much I play Call of Duty and video games. Did you ever get shot? Almost. What's up, Gregor? I'm enlisting in December as a 13 Foxtrot. Any advice? 13 Foxtrot. My advice to you, the thing about 13 Foxtrots is that you either have the most fun job or it can be kind of boring. But I would say I would try getting into like special forces or rangers, to be honest with you. It's a cool job. I mean, you do your own thing. MOS extra duty, a ton of extra duty. I don't know enough about 13 Foxtrot to be like, here's what you should and shouldn't do. I'm not going to lie to you. Are you a soccer fan? Not as much as I used to be. I think it became kind of soft, to be honest with you. So I used to watch a ton of football. Manchester United back in 2007 when Cristiano Ronaldo was playing. What's the most tactically acquired item? Probably night vision goggle mounts. Right here. This item right here, I would say, is the most tactically acquired item. These things. Hey, yo, just got Lance Corporal. Hope you're having a good day. I hope you're having an awesome day. Do you know the Swiss Special Forces? I know they have them. I don't know them. You're joining next year. What do you want to do? What's up, Brianna? Favorite MRE? Shredded beef. Hey, I have a question about soldier mental health. Do you know any organizations where you can help veterans with online volunteer work? I think it's the Suicide Prevention Hotline. I think you can volunteer there. But no, other than that, I don't know a professional organization. I know there is a veteran hotline, though. Horseradish is an instrument, yes. What's your favorite tactical item? Dump pouch, for sure. Shout out Brianna. She's a member. Are NVGs issued to you, or do you need to buy your own? I don't think you can afford night vision goggles, but they are issued to you. Depending on what unit you're in, you might have better ones than others. What is the best branch to join? I think for combat arms, I would join the Army. For sustainability, like a whole career, I would join the Navy. For the Air Force, a lot of people cap at 10 years because your rank doesn't really, it's hard to get rank in that branch. And the Marines, God bless you. I don't know how people get through the Marines sometimes. That's a tough branch. I am not tough enough to make it into the Marines or do that. I really am not. They're tough. Did you hear about Markiplier about to start? Yeah, Markiplier is wild. Markiplier has endless amounts of money, so I'm surprised he's even doing that. I know it's been a long time since you heard this, so I figured I'd throw it out there. Mojica. Are NVGs available for purchase by civilians? Yes, they are. They are. If you have $8,000, yeah. Like these ones right here, I've used them. $14,000. Crazy. Or you can get fake ones for $67, but I'm almost positive these are like $50,000. Probably your cheapest ones are going to be mono. Wow. It's not worth it, I promise you. You're going to be highly disappointed, I promise you that. It's not like Call of Duty. Your thoughts on the British Army and SF? I think British SF are great. I think the British Army, they spend too much time in their basic training, in my opinion. I think your guys' basic training is way too long. Whereas the U.S. military, you have the shortest basic training ever, and then you go to your unit, and then you learn how to really be a soldier. Were you in band? Yes. What's up? Alexion. I see you, members. My grandpa served the 1st Battalion, 5th Marines in Vietnam. Some of the best fighters we have in Vietnam are U.S. Marines. What's the best special forces in your opinion? I think it's all dependent on the mission. Like if you want somebody to take you out all the way in Antarctica, you want like the Israeli Mossad. If you want to overthrow a government, you probably want like the SAS. If you want to take out a compound, you want the Navy SEALs. Shout out Brianna, 2-month member. Love you, appreciate it. What gas mask is the best for you? Well, I'm just gonna leak this now. There may or may not be a sponsorship opportunity with a gas mask company where you guys can get a discount on gas masks. So stay tuned for that, H. If you go to Harrogate or Sandhurst, etc. Kind of depends. Okay, got you. On the Google page, there is one called Jurassic Park. What instrument did you play? I played everything. Piano, trumpet, bass. I played the bongos in the Army, actually. That's a whole nother story. What's the most annoying school to go to in the Army? Probably driver's training. Even though it's really important, you missed out on like your night where you can just hang out and sleep because in the morning you have to go to morning PT training. My grandpa was a CB. That's legit. He's probably a badass. Dude, what's your favorite military vehicle? The Buffalo, bro. The heck? This thing right here is a beast. I hope you guys can see that. Yeah, that thing right there. FSU football or Gators football, 8th time. I don't know. I am not into college football because my fiance is a Vols fan. I am now a Vols associate. Now for Mike, but never touched a radar after a year of AIT. I was in the motor pool, first tour in ELM shop. Yeah, dude, that my DD214 is lacking all of it. That is dumb. My DD214 is also lacking awards. I gotta be honest with you. I've never had a job where they're like, we need to see your DD214 and really analyze all these awards. So I wouldn't worry about it too much unless it's really affecting certain things or perks. Like if you're a Purple Heart recipient, that has to be on there because you get like free college and stuff. Can you buy a surplus gas mask for like $50? I think so, only if they're like leaking. The worst weapon you got issued? Probably, actually, M16. I was not a fan of the M16. What's the worst MOS? Calf Scout. Calf Scouts all day. Imagine saying I went to driving school in the Army. Yeah, you do. It's actually driver's training. Not only that, you have a non-commissioned officer who is in charge of training everybody. Yeah, driver's training. It's a real thing. It's more to like get comfortable because driving military vehicles can be very sketchy. Have I ever listened to Nirvana? I'm 28 years old, so yes. The gas mask I have is an old World War II one that was issued to civilian user people. Yeah, that might be not safe. Did you originally want to go into the Army? No, I wanted to be a Navy SEAL, which is funny. It's funny hearing myself say that, but I actually wanted to be a Navy SEAL. I could do the whole physical test. I could swim the underwater portion. I could pass all that. But I couldn't go. Okay, look, I'm saying right now, I don't even think I'd pass Navy SEAL training. I think I was too immature and I wasn't even good enough to do that. I couldn't afford to go to the training center for like the pre-train up. I didn't even know what that meant at the time. So yeah, that was not happening. But I wanted to be a Navy SEAL. Do you live in New England? You always have times. I live in Tennessee. What do you think is what do you think it is hardest to join the Special Forces? Where do you think? The Air Force by far. Air Force has like the craziest pipeline. Like Air Force members might as well be Navy SEALs and Army Special Forces. They might as well get all those badges because they have to do like the same exact training. Will we ever see a collab of you in Combat Arms? Who's Combat Arms? Who did you hated the most while in the Army? I hated leaders that were only there because of time and service. The most incompetent people. I'm thinking about joining the Swedish Army or Air Force. I wonder what the Air Force is like there. Were you a paratrooper? No, I was an air assault. What's the worst thing about the Army now? Well, if you guys go to my second channel, I pinned the link. I would say the worst thing right now is the new Army social media policy. I think it's a little too restrictive and it can get a little dodgy. I think I almost got kicked out of the Army for social media issues. I was running a meme page and that was enough for them to get mad at me. It's really not even that crazy of a story, but. Do you know if pararescue is pararescue is probably, isn't that like 2 years? I would say it's one of the hardest, if not the hardest special forces to get into. Did being in the 101st Airborne cure your fear of heights? Yes. I wouldn't say I was afraid of heights. I don't think people know how afraid they are of heights until you actually are told to fast rope off this 40-foot ramp, and if you fall, you die. So it's one of those things where I have a bunch of friends who are scared of heights and a lot of paratroopers, but you just do it. You don't really have a choice, because I am more afraid of my friends making fun of me than heights by far. My favorite rifle attachment? Probably an angle grip. Right here. Spelled that wrong. I don't know why I can't spell. It's a grip that you have on the end of your thing. Yeah, this thing right here. I do enjoy that. Since I was a kid, I wanted to become a soldier. Sadly, growing up in Mexico, you realize that the Army here is not that honorable. Sadly, organized crime. Yeah, Mexico. I feel bad for the people of Mexico on all sides. Have you ever almost died while deployed? Almost died while walking out the door. The craziest thing, I was walking to morning formation and a crow fell on my head, so I thought that was like a curse. I'm like, what are the chances of a crow falling on my head? If you look up on Google, apparently it's common. I was like, I'm cursed. The best thing about the Army now, the bonuses by far. That's one of the biggest reasons why I got out. I wasn't getting a re-enlistment bonus. So I'm like, I'm done. First time live, man. Thank you for your service. Josh! Thank you for being here. I think Combat Controller and PJ are the hardest because it's 2 years of training before you even start. I agree. That's my point. You got to do the same exact training. You got to do scuba training, Halo. Whew. It is, how long is the pipeline? Or not that, the other training. How long does it take? 35 weeks. They have an 80% attrition rate. That is ridiculous. That is like really high. I think Navy SEALs have like 60%. I have a buddy who was training up for it, and he was like, this is a waste of time. What's VR? Just here to say, love the videos, man. I appreciate you, bro. I love you. About Sandhurst, I do not have any knowledge on Sandhurst. Do you want to get back in the military, like in combat? No. I enjoy having a little bit of freedom. FRA, what weapons did you like the most? I would say I enjoyed the 249, but I also hated it a lot. What would you say to someone going into the Army for the first time? I would say take everything you hear for granted on the internet, or with a grain of salt, not for granted. I think there's a lot of misleading military content creators, which is why I started to make content for soldiers to help them out. Because when I was a kid, there was nothing out there. But then when I got out of the Army and I started watching these type of videos, it was all special forces and I have tattoos all over me. And I'm like, bro, everybody I knew does not act like this. They're not acting like super tactical. So be careful of all those really tactical videos you see. It's not really like that. A lot of it's paperwork, sitting around and doing nothing. Even for, I would say we were a pretty high tempo trained unit. And even then we did a lot of sitting around. Do you play Airsoft? I would love to. But no. E5 to E7, we had a betting pool. How many divorces the new incoming sergeant had? Yeah, a lot of divorces. It's pretty sad. My thoughts on Nico Ortiz TikToks? I think he's funny. My thoughts on Nico Ortiz is I get asked about him every live stream, so. And we have a lot of friends. Mutual friends. The most realistic war game? Probably RuneScape. No. I think a lot of them are more realistic than we think. I think the actual combat aspect you can't replicate, but the actual weapons attachments, the ranking systems, I think those are the most realistic aspects of war games. Probably Arma. I would say Arma because we used Arma in training in the Army. Any interactions with Scandinavian troops? No, sorry. Bastogne! Shout out to the Bastogne boys. Can you shout me out? What's up, Candy? Gate 6. Shout out, Mark. Have you ever seen the new All Quiet on the Western Front? I have not. You guys use Arma I will talk about Arma in another video because that whole story is hilarious because we got in a lot of trouble. Look, I'm a former gamer and a former online troll. So when you put me in front of a computer screen after we just got told you need to show up to this training and the training was playing video games, I'm going to grenade launch I shot a grenade launcher at my friends in a random village. I team killed all of them and we got kicked out of there, so. I was a dumb soldier. I'm just going to say that right now. How do you think I have so many examples of what not to do? My buddy is ROTC and wants to eventually go to Reg. Okay, what do you think he should branch? I say armor, cav. Man, for an officer, I think he has to already concede that he's not going to find. I start laughing. For officers, promote faster the worse the job is when it comes to combat jobs. So if he's a foot soldier, he'll be able to go to ranger, sapper, possibly SF. If he goes to armor, he might expect a slower promotion. So if he wants to get out of the army, go armor. But if he wants to promote and go through all of it, I would go light. But I really think Theo's Combat Arms channel and your React channel could really do great collabs. I don't know who Theo's Combat Arms channel. I just screenshot that and then I'll look it up after this. Yo, Chris, we got Airborne in here. Military police. The most realistic game is the Onion parody of World War III. Modern Warfare 3. Have I ever manned a tank? Hell no. I would destroy that. How high your ASVAB score needs to be to join infantry? 32, I think. My favorite candy? I am like an old person when it comes to that. I like Crunch Bars. And I don't like Tootsie Rolls. How to mentally accept that I left basic training because of injury? Wow, that's a really good question. You know, I'll write that down for a video idea just for you. How about that? Do I have my... I'm going to write that down. How to cope. Yo, Chris. Member for 2 months. Chris, OG supporter. Bro, I appreciate you more than you know. I appreciate you, dude. Let me write that down. How to cope with dropping basic due to injury. Ooh. Because I have some friends who had to deal with that. Me and a buddy want to go to SEALs together. Do you know if we went to the... I'm going to be honest with you. First off, thank you, Chris, with the $20 donation. Even though he knows I hates when he donates. I don't know if it's a good idea to go to SEALs together. I would go to a channel called Jake Swag. He talks about that kind of stuff. And he does live streams, so you should go ask him what he thinks. He's a little controversial, but... And thank you for the membership, FRA. Go to this guy right here. Go to Jake Swag, and he'll answer all your questions about that. I don't know if I'm qualified to talk about that, but I don't think buddy programs are good for special operations, because if one of you makes it and the other one doesn't, you're going to feel like, that sucks. And, yo, $2. We'll take it. We'll take the $2. I appreciate you. I got a wedding to pay for. My favorite. I will answer these questions, but I'm gonna be ending the live stream if Chris keeps donating, like, legitimately, because he knows I have anxiety. I have like an important meeting today, and that gave me a ton of anxiety. Thank you for the $50. I need an inhaler. Let me fix this. Which weapon do you think, the FAMAS or HK? I don't like the FAMAS. Thank you for $2. My favorite gun to use? Shotguns, because they're easiest to clean. I'm not that big of fans of weapons anymore. I used to be really into collecting them and all that, but they just get so obnoxious. I'm all for it, but cleaning them, picking up the brass is a pain in the... Have a good day, Saint game, ST game. Did I say have a good game? Have a good day. I am sick. Thank you for the donation. I don't play Payday 2. I don't know what that is. Do you think that joining cadets gives you This live stream has about 5 more minutes, thanks to Chris, so you guys can thank him. Cadets has gives you a, what's the word? I don't want to be mean. I think Navy Cadets is legit, but I think JROTC gives you a false representation of what the military is like. I need to space out money to donate more. Don't do that. Dude, what's your favorite site? I just answered this on a TikTok. In the military, ACOG. Outside of the military, EO Tech Holographic. I don't know what branch to join. Okay. Is the shotgun a usable weapon in Iraq? Yes. Not that I was there, but you could talk to Chris about that. Dude, what's your favorite site? Answer that. Talk to all the branches. Well, look, if you want to join a combat job, go to the Army because there are so many different opportunities there. And that's all I can say because I was only in a combat job. I think the Army has the most options, but I think you have the highest rate of getting injured or just hating your life. I think the Navy, if you're not looking for combat, I'd say go to the Navy. What's the worst punishment that won't get you kicked out of the Army? Well, if you do drugs in the Army, they'll send you to like a rehab program. Definitely not the Army or the Marines. I appreciate you, Brianna. Hi, Rasmus. SBS or SAS? I think they're both great. I heard SBS is a little harder to get into, the Special Boat Service. Do you think the draft will be reinstated? So, Mike, I think I have a video on this somewhere. We actually have a draft already. If you are a male who is of fighting age and can fight physically, you're already drafted. But no, I don't think it'll be reinstated because we have quite a large reserve force, and I think a lot of people will re-enlist if there is a real war. I can't write ACOG properly. Rasmus, I don't speak that language. At least someone appreciates me. Who doesn't appreciate you? So would a dino-shaped crayons be considered gourmet for the Marines? Yeah, they just came out with those. So they would be. Why just males? That is how it goes. But that policy apparently is under scrutiny and might get changed to females. So why don't you like the Cavalry Scouts? Because my first time I worked with them, I sat in a hole for a week straight. And I was like, this job sucks. Learned a lot about face paint, sleeping in holes. And that was the first time I was in a leadership position to where I could have gotten in big trouble if I got something wrong. So I learned a lot from them. Yo, what's up, Kyle? Thank you, Chris, for the $10. All right, this is getting stupid now. All right, we're on a 2-minute warning because of Chris, so you guys can all yell at Chris for that. As much as I appreciate your donations, my anxiety is going through the roof. And when in my meeting today, they're gonna be like, "Is something wrong? Why are you sweating?" If you could pick a war to fight, which would it be between the Vietnam War or the Kuwait War? I think you mean Desert Storm. I would definitely rather be in Kuwait than Vietnam, but I also would counter that. I think war is terrible. Are taking military patches of a dead soldier to keep still considered a war trophy? I don't think so. I don't think anybody will get mad at you for that. Are you a gamer? I am an ex-addicted gamer. Daddy Airborne done got you. Hello from Costa Rica. Hi, Andy. I'm just dealing with Chris. Hi, Jimmy. You got 2 minutes, so ask all your questions. And while you're at it, I'm pretty sure my new video just dropped. If everybody could click, you guys should go watch my new videos over on T-SPLY Reacts and go subscribe over there. I just pinned the comment. When we get in beards, I don't think it'll ever happen, honestly. Good luck with the meeting. Ever ride? Thank you. Ever ride in a tank? Yes, once. It sucked. The stream has to end because I'm going to freak out. What branch would you re-enlist in? Well, if I was at like my peak performance, I'd try to go to Special Forces. They bar me. Hopefully they also kick me out early. If not, you want to get kicked out? Well, make sure, Kyle, when you get kicked out, have like a job resume lined up and like get everything ready to go. I really want to join the Army, but I just found out that the height limit, this situation gives me Bro, I don't think they care about the height limit. The height limit is 6'6", but I'm taller. I'm pretty sure you can get a waiver. Do they really care that much? What do women do in the Army? Females, as they're called in the DoD, they do everything guys do. Is being a tanker difficult? I think it depends what your job. I wish I had one of my buddies in here. He'd answer all those questions. I think every job can be difficult. Do you like Star Wars? I do. I like Darth Maul. Is 28 too old to enlist? No, but anything over the age of 21, you're going to be considered older. I have a question. If you take a picture of someone, is the picture yours or that person? It depends what state you're in. It depends on the rules and regulations. If you're in New York City, it's public domain. If you're in LA, it's illegal. These questions of girls. Yeah, I know. I actually am going to have a female on my live stream, and we're going to talk about... She was one of the first female combat engineers to become a soldier. That sucked. I'm 6'6", and I was in the Army and airborne. Exactly. Daddy airborne. Daddy annoying. Should the Army use the ballistic knife? No, because someone's going to hurt themselves. Favorite color? Probably green or blue. All right, guys. I think I'm going to head out. You guys can thank Chris for this live stream ending because I was going to do another 30 minutes. What's the hate on the Air Force? It's just lazy content. People hate on the Air Force because they're just lazy and can't think of a better excuse. But I think it's jealousy. I'm jealous of the Air Force. Bro, chill this any day. No, for real. I do have an important meeting. That actually will reflect on you guys, some of the content I'll be making. Yes, you can do whatever you want, Mike. What do you mean they say females? They just, the terminology they use in the military, females. They don't say women or girls. They say female. National Guard is great. All right. Love you guys. Peace out. Thank you for the donations. Psychos. And thank you for the members, becoming a member. Thank you for joining. Helps me out a lot. Why? What's with the Marines eating crayons? I cannot pinpoint it down, but it's a thing. Love you guys so much. We'll see y'all later.